Did you know that there are over 8.7 million species of plants and animals on Earth? Just let that sink in for a moment. Imagine all that diversity, each unique creature and plant crafted by the hand of God. It's mind-blowing when you think about it. This is just a small glimpse into the incredible world God has placed us in. And it's the perfect starting point for our journey together today. Psalm 104:24 says, "How many are your works, Lord? In wisdom you made them all. The earth is full of your creatures." This verse reminds us that every living thing is a testament to God's wisdom and creativity. Welcome to Heavenly Wisdom, everyone. Today, we're exploring a theme that resonates with all of us, discovering God's love through His creation. From the smallest wildflower to the vastness of the night sky, God speaks to us through nature, reminding us of His endless love and care. Whether it's the tranquil beauty of a forest or the grandeur of a mountain range, there's something profoundly spiritual about connecting with the world around us. So, let's embark on this exploration together. Let's be honest for a second. Life can get downright hectic. We're juggling work, school, family, and countless other responsibilities. In the whirlwind of our daily lives, it's easy to become so caught up that we miss the beauty surrounding us. How often do we rush past a blooming tree or overlook the brilliant hues of a sunset because we're too busy thinking about the next task on our list? We might tell ourselves, "I'll stop and appreciate it later," but that later often gets lost in the busyness of life. But God calls us to pause and see His handiwork in every corner of creation. Romans 1:20 tells us, "For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, His eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made." This verse encourages us to look closely at the world around us and recognize God's fingerprints on everything. Here's the challenge though. If we pause, even for a moment, and open our eyes to the world around us, we might find that God's love is not only presentese woven into every detail of creation. In fact, nature is one of God's love letters to us, constantly reminding us of His presence and affection. Let's dive deeper into some awe-inspiring aspects of creation. Have you ever thought about the intricate balance of an ecosystem? Every living being, from the smallest ant to the tallest tree, has a purpose. It's like a grand symphony, each note perfectly timed and placed by God Himself. Job 12:7-10 beautifully expresses this. "But ask the animals, and they will teach you, or the birds in the sky, and they will tell you. Or speak to the earth, and it will teach you, or let the fish in the sea inform you. Which of all these does not know that the hand of the Lord has done this? In His hand is the life of every creature, and the breath of all mankind." And what about those breathtaking sunsets? When the sky erupts in fiery oranges, pinks, and purples, doesn't it feel like God is painting just for you in that moment? Psalm 19:2-1 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of His hands." Those colors, the tranquility of the fading light, it's like a gentle reminder that God is with us, offering beauty and peace even at the end of a busy day. From the towering mountains that seem to touch the heavens to the gentle rhythm of the ocean waves, every aspect of nature whispers of God's love and creativity. Isaiah 55:12 tells us, "You will go out in joy and be led forth in peace. The mountains and hills will burst into song before you, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands." So, next time you step outside, take a deep breath and really take in the sights and sounds. Notice the details. Let the wind remind you of God's breath of life, and let the warmth of the sun remind you of His love shining down on you. I'd love to share a personal story with you. A while back, I had one of those days where everything just felt too heavy. I needed to escape, to find a moment of peace. So, I went for a walk in the park, hoping to clear my mind. As I walked, I stumbled upon a small, lush mountain with green meadows that seemed to mirror the sky. It was so serene, so untouched by the chaos of the world. In that moment, I felt a wave of peace wash over me, as if God was whispering, "I'm here, and I love you." That mountain, that meadow, became a sanctuary, a place where I could feel God's presence and His love through the beauty of His creation. When was the last time you felt God's love through nature? Maybe it was the gentle rustle of leaves in the wind, or the way the sun broke through the clouds after a storm. Psalm 46:10 reminds us to be still and know that I am God. Those moments are God's way of reminding us that He is with us, even in the midst of our busy lives. As we wrap up today, let's commit to being more mindful of the world around us. Let's slow down, take a deep breath, and recognize that God's love is not only present in the extraordinary, but also in the ordinary. Colossians 1:16 tells us, "For in Him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible. All things have been created through Him and for Him." Understanding God's love through creation deepens our faith and opens our hearts to the wonders of His world. Every time we step outside or even glance out the window, we have the opportunity to see God's love in action, to feel His peace, and to be reminded of His endless care for us. I'd love to hear your stories. How have you experienced God's love in nature? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a conversation. And if you enjoyed this devotional, be sure to check out our other videos in this series. There's so much more to explore and reflect on together. Thank you for joining me today, and I can't wait to see you next time on Heavenly Wisdom.